Hello my gorgeous loves out there and welcome. In today's video I wanted to talk about some of my favorite holiday, wintry, and Christmassy palettes that is just perfect for this time of year with like the color story, packaging, theming. Some aren't Christmas themed, but they still fit with their color story. So I'm going to share all of them with you guys today. I'll also include some swatches and we're just going to get a little bit festive here. But before we get into this video, if you're new here, hello, welcome. My name is Bree and I'm just a crazy lover of all things beauty, and I like to post a lot of fun and colorful makeup content. I like to do a lot of indie makeup, so if that is what you're into, then please hit that subscribe button and join this little family. But with that being said, let's get into this video. My babes, I have done this video in the past and there's only two palettes I think that I have here in the lineup that I mentioned last year, but I tried to include different palettes this year and I feel like I have a good amount of palettes here. I have 15 to go over that just inspire me for the holiday season, have that winter vibe, have the Christmas vibes, and just gets me so excited for the holidays. So I think I'm just gonna dive in because I don't want this video to be too long, and like I said, I will include swatches so you guys can see the color stories all swatched out. I feel like that gives you a good idea. Now some of these palettes are discontinued because they were Christmas palettes, but if you already have them, this is a reminder to pull them out, play with them this season. And some of these are palettes that you can still pick up. So the first one I want to mention is a repeat from last year, but this is the Nomad Home for the Holidays palette, and I just had to mention it. It's like holiday Christmas theme, so it's like I need to include this in the video. That's like this beautiful sparkly packaging, and it's full of these beautiful, really sparkly metallics, and there's only one matte in here, which is this black right here, but I'm totally fine with that. And I feel like in the holidays we're like looking for extra sparkly shadows, like just really intenseness in the eyes for like holiday parties, or maybe for just chilling at home, or at least I am, and I'm more like want to gravitate to metallic. So I love that there's a bunch of these and a nice little matte black. This is definitely a good companion palette. Now I know Nomad came out with another holiday palette this year. I didn't pick that one up because I felt good enough with this and their other palettes, but it was really cute. I was almost tempted to pick it up, but I'm sure that palette would probably pair really nicely with this one because that one has mattes. But I just want to remind you guys, if you did pick this up, use it. It is so pretty. And then going on to another palette I bought last year that is also Christmas themed. This is from Glaminatrix. This is the Silent Night Palette. This is like the total typical Christmas color story, and there's so many beautiful mattes in here. Like, they're so gorgeous. And there's some dual chromes. This shade right here is so intense, so beautiful. This one as well, and like the green and the red, it just makes me happy. And the names, it's like Jingle Bells, Gingerbread, like all that fun stuff. Here's the packaging too. Like, isn't that so gorgeous? So this one's really pretty. I don't think they sell this anymore, but I'm definitely going to get some use out of this because I want to give it some love because I haven't touched it since last Christmas, and that's what tends to happen with like holiday themed products. You tend to only want to use it during the holiday, but I'm trying not to do that because I mean all of these palettes can be used any time of the year. Then going on to a fairly new palette, but this gives all the glam vibes. This is the Minka palette from Adept Cosmetics. Like, if you're trying to shine at a party, a New Year's event, a Christmas party, this is your go-to, and you can still get this because it is a pretty new product. But look at all those beautiful metallics. It's stunning. There's some Shifty dual chromes in here. Like, I just think this is like the perfect palette for holiday parties, and like all the sparkle and all the shine. Oh my god, it's gonna get me through. Now I just need someone to invite me to a holiday party, but it's really, really pretty. And then going on to this one from Unearthly Cosmetics, which I don't think this is available anymore, and this is actually part of their Halloween like collection, but I felt like this gave me wintry glam vibes, and I know a lot of people are gonna love on this. This is the Warms My Blood palette, and this is full of like nudie shades, but it also has purple tones and a lot of red tones, which gives me Christmassy vibes. And then the metallics in here are so intense as well and so glamorous and beautiful. Like, these can also create some really beautiful party looks. Now, I haven't gotten a lot of chance to play with this, but I want to do some holiday looks with this because I know I'm gonna be able to do something really like super sparkly and glam with this. Now I just wish it didn't take so long for me to get this. I wish it wasn't discontinued because I kind of felt weird like talking about this or showing it because you can't pick this up anymore, but you know what, I need to use it. I love it and it's pretty. There's so many shade options as well. Then going on to some palettes I think were from last holiday collection or maybe the year before. I can't even remember anymore, but these are the holiday palettes from Unearthly Cosmetics. This is the In the Dark palette, which this one is still available. I think they only changed one shade in this palette, but I think it's sold out at the moment. But it's beautiful. It's like more cool tone. There's a lot of dark tones and it's a matte heavy palette. So if you're a matte lover, you would really appreciate this. And then there's two metallics and I'm thinking one of these metallics got switched out so they would be a little bit more different because the owner thought these two were a little too similar. I have not picked up that new shade because these are all magnetic. You can pop them out, but I mean, this is so wintry, so beautiful, so cool tone, and so dark. Like, it pulls out my gothic holiday side of me. So this is really pretty. And then this one, which is no longer available, but I really love this and I feel like it was super underrated. Like, I don't feel like a lot of people talked about it. Like, I feel like I'm like the only one who loved this palette, but this is the Smells Like Holiday Spirit. And this is how it looks. It is more warm, more grungy, which I love that. But I like theming. I like the little plaid design, like the little emo chick on the front. And I think the tones are very interesting and quite unique. Like, the types of colors that they put together in this palette is different. It's a very different color story. So to me, it inspires me. Like, when I see something very different and unexpected, it makes me try different color combos. So I'm always like, ooh, what do I want to try next? Because I really love this gray bluish tone shade. I love this green in here. I love this lavender. Like, you can go really cool tone and you can go really warm tone. And it's a holiday palette and it needs some love. So I'm sure some of you guys picked this up, but I just don't know why a lot of people didn't really talk about that. And then the next palette, which is an older release, I think this came out maybe 2 or 3 holidays ago. And I did mention this in my last holiday video last year, but I had to repeat it again because it is a Christmas themed palette. And I want to remind myself to use it. This is the Naughty palette from BH Cosmetics. And the last time I used this was last Christmas time. So I want to pull it out again because this has so many options. You got your reds, your greens, you got a lot of nudie shades, you have some olive tones. I really thought the formula was really good in here and I love the options. There are some pressed glitters if you do like pressed glitters in here, and I just feel like this needs more attention and I could actually be using this all year round because it has like the warm tones, it has the olives, the reds, the beautiful golds, the sparkle. I don't know, I need to use this. I think it's so pretty and I love it. And I had to mention it because it is one of my most favorite holiday palettes that I've picked up. It was affordable. It had so many options and I thought the quality was the usual BH formula. Now, I don't know how it is now since they, you know, have new ownership. I haven't heard the best things about their newer palettes, but that was really good. So then the next palette, which is actually one I haven't touched yet, which I got last Black Friday, so I've had it for a year, but I wanted to mention it because it's a Christmas themed palette. Christmas is in the name, so I want to use it sometime this month and do like a get ready with me using it because I need to give it some love because it's finally Christmas time. But this is the Christmas Morning palette from Give Me Glow, which I think this is a permanent palette for them because I've always seen this on their website and it's still available, so you can still get this even though they've released this years ago. But I picked it up with the intention of using it during like December and Christmas months last year and I never ended up using it, which is such a shame because it's so pretty and like the color story is so typical Christmas, greens and reds with some nudie shades, and I'm sure the formula is good. I really like Give Me Glow's formula, so I need to use this, but I had to talk about it because it is a Christmas palette. But I will use it, I promise. I promised myself that I will use it. Then going on to the next palette, which is not necessarily Christmas themed, but it's like snowy winter theme. So I was like, I have to mention it. This is the Whistler Snow Lodge palette from Nomad Cosmetics. This is like my top #1 palette from Nomad. I love this color story, the wintry vibes, the theme, like the packaging is so cute. Then there's so many colors to work with. There's a lot of depth, there's pastels, there are midtones, these beautiful metallics, you have burgundy shades, you have beautiful blues, like these sagey, minty shades, you have some gold. So I think you can do some beautiful like wintry looks or even like a holiday look. I kind of want to take this on my trip to Washington since we're going somewhere snowy. I was like, this would meet the theme. I think I'm gonna bring this with me just so I can like have all the vibes. It's so cute, and this definitely is, you know, very cute and holiday-ish. Then the next palette, which is actually the holiday release for Danessa Myricks. This is the Lightwork Volume 4 Transcendence palette. This is going to totally get you covered for a holiday party. If you want to have a very intense, shifty, special look, because these shades are so special. And this was #1 in my recent palette ranking because I was just so blown away by the shadows in here. They're so creamy and buttery and just beautiful, and some of them are like diamond metallics that have like a lot of sparkle. Then you have these water activated metallic liners. You have these cool like chrome flakes. Like you would be able to create the most intense, beautiful holiday look ever. Like people would be blown away because it's like something different with the shifts and the gorgeousness of it. I just cannot stop talking about this. And it's an expensive palette, but I think it's worth every penny. I'm so happy that I picked it up because the shades are definitely very special in here. And then the next palette, which is a pretty new palette to me, but I've been loving it. But I think the color story is very wintry, very cool tone. There's a lot of jewel tones in here as well. This is the Cosmic Wanderer palette from Terra Moon Cosmetics. And I think the quality is so good in here, and I love the color story. You have like your typical green, so you could do a very green, like Christmassy look. You also have this red shade, so you can mix the green and the red if you want to be like classic Christmas. But then you also have like some purple tones in here. I love the jewel tone metallics in here. They're also super sparkly and really intense and foiled. This metallic right here is really pretty. It makes a beautiful topper, inner corner highlight. The mattes are so good in here too. So this also gives me like all of those like wintry vibes. I feel like I said holiday wintry vibes like so many times in this video, but I cannot help myself because that's the theme of this video. So this is another good one. I highly recommend this one if you've been thinking about trying it because the formula is really good and I'm very impressed by Terra Moon Cosmetics. Then the next palette is for my babes that love nudie but glam looks. This is the Nearly Natural palette from Glaminatrix. I was really impressed by this palette, and even though it's a more nudie palette, I think it's quite versatile. You have like rosy tones, you have olive tones, you have these beautiful richly pigmented mattes. They're super buttery and blendable, and then these metallics are so sparkly and beautiful and foiled and high shine, so you can do some really glamorous party looks with this. Like it would just be perfect. So I think this is really good if you just don't want like a lot of intense color, but you want the shine and the sparkle. You will get this from this palette. So I had to mention this. Hello my loves, it is Future Bree, and I was editing this video and I realized that I forgot to mention two very important holiday palettes, which I cannot believe I forgot these, and they're so pretty, so I had to include it in this video. So that is why I'm here now. But it is the two holiday palettes from Oden's Eye. They're like Christmas collection. Like these have to be in this video. So how did I forget to mention these? I don't know. It's beyond me. But I have the Christmas Eve palette, which look at it. So pretty. It's the most beautiful holiday collection I've ever seen. And then here's the color story in the Christmas Eve palette. Like look at that. It's a little bit more cool tone, more frosty and wintry, but there's some warm tones, a little bit of grunge. This is so pretty. There's dual chromes, beautiful sparkly metallics. Like I want to use this all year round because the color story is just so stunning and the quality is so good. And then in the collection, they also came out with the Merry Christmas palette, which This is like classic Christmas as well, with the red and the green, the Christmas tree. They have presents, deer on here. It's so pretty, like reindeers. And then this one is a little bit more warm. It has like the greens and the red, the gold. It has a little bit of grunge. It has some orange. This also has dual chromes and really beautiful special metallics. The mattes are pigmented. It has these beautiful pastel mattes in here. Like, they killed it with this. Like, both of these are so beautiful, so Christmassy, so holiday, so festive. Like, these are just so perfect. And these are actually limited edition, so they're no longer available. But I think they did like one like pre-order after these sold out, and that was it. But I do hope they keep doing holiday collections, because they do it so well. But if you guys got these, oh my god, you are so lucky, because these are so beautiful. But anyways, that is all I wanted to mention. So now let's get back to regular scheduled programming. So the very last palette that I want to mention is actually one that I've only used once, and it's the one that I used to create this look today. I thought it was so pretty, so I was like, I need to film another video because this look is so gorgeous, and so far I'm really loving the formula. But I feel like the color story really matches like the winter time and the holiday season, so I was like, I'm gonna mention it in this video today. This is the Glamorous palette from Glaminatrix. I think the color story is perfect for this time of year. It's more cool tone. There's some jewel tone kind of shades in here. It has beautiful dual chromes. The formula seems really nice. Like, the mattes seem quite pigmented and blendable. It has some really sparkly shades. It has shifty shades. And I have like this one all over the lid. I have the burgundy shade on. I have this dark matte black in the outer corner. This beautiful yellow shifts to green. And I was like, you know what? This does give me glamorous winter holiday vibes. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to mention it because it needs to be in this video, because if I don't, I'll regret it, because this is just so pretty and so gorgeous, and you can actually still get this. It's available on their website. I think this is going to be a permanent product for Glaminatrix, but they just have really good palettes, really good formula. I feel like all of their palettes are glamorous in my eyes. So that was all of the palettes that I wanted to mention. I think all of these will fit the holiday season, will help you get into those festive vibes, help you create some really beautiful party looks. So hopefully this video inspired you to go through your collection, pull back out your holiday palettes, or maybe these were some palettes that you've been eyeing out, and hopefully I gave you a good idea on whether you want to pick it up or not. But you will have to let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What are your favorite holiday palettes? Are there your go-tos, or do you just use the same thing all year long? I would love to hear from all of y'all. And if you're new here and you enjoyed this video, you like a lot of fun, colorful makeup content, you like a lot of stuff on indie makeup, then please hit that subscribe button and join this little family. Also, don't forget to check out the description below. I will have all these palettes that are still available linked where you can find them. I will link any videos that I did on any of these palettes if you want to get some inspiration, see some looks, get some more info. I will also have my contact and my social media platforms. I'm also on Instagram as Breezy Lifestyle and Breezy_Beauty. I do post a lot of different content there as well, so if you want to join my Instagram fam, I would really love that. But guys, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video, for being here, supporting my channel, being amazing. I just hope you guys are having a wonderful holiday season so far, and I'm just sending you guys all so much light and love. But until next time, bye guys.